Energy can never be created or destroyed. It is always conserved. This is exactly the idea that piezoelectricity capitalizes on. Piezoelectricity, which is an electrical charge that can gather in certain solids in response to applied mechanical strain, is technology that deserves to be further researched and should be implemented on a large scale in the future because it is a clean form of energy that could change the way we power our world. The idea of harvesting human kinetic energy and creating electrical current is quickly becoming more and more popular, but piezoelectric technology itself is not a new idea. In 1880, Pierre and Jacques Curie began performing experiments which led to their discovery that when mechanical stress was applied to crystals such as quartz or cane sugar, electrical charges would appear with a voltage that was proportional to the original stress. These were pretty amazing results considering that they only had tinfoil, glue, wire, magnets, and a jeweler's saw to work with. Between 1882 and 1917, there were great piezoelectric advances made, but it was still a science and not a technology. It was not until World War I that piezoelectricity was effectively applied by two Frenchmen in an ultrasonic submarine detector. Further discoveries were made after World War II, but most of them were kept confidential, not only to keep them out of the wrong hands, but also in the hopes of developing patents and perhaps a small fortune in later years. But between 1965 and the 1980s, Japan made great leaps in piezoelectric technologies and have created what is possibly its largest potential consumer market. Today, piezoelectricity can be seen in technologies such as airbag sensors, lighters, and acoustic instruments. Derived from the Greek word piezo, which means press or pressure, piezoelectricity is the electricity generated from applied stress. As piezoelectric material is compressed, the charge inside the material is displaced to the surface and the polar sides of the material will become charged. This charge can be outputted to generate power to be used as voltage. While you are sitting here watching this slidecast, you are currently emitting approximately 100 watts of energy every second, and if you were standing up and walking, you would be sending even more energy out into the environment. Humans are constantly wasting energy, but piezoelectric technology can harvest this energy to power batteries or to send to a grid. There are many different applications for such technology. Take, for example, the London dance club Bar Zura, classified as the world's first eco nightclub. Its main attraction is the piezoelectric dance floor. How does the dance floor work? The owner invested $257,000 for a 270 square foot floor that is able to move ever so slightly and is made of springs and a series of power generating blocks. These blocks, which are made from crystals, produce small electrical currents when stepped on, which is the basis for the piezoelectric process. While the dancers groove to the music, the floor moves up and down and a current is fed into nearby batteries. The batteries are constantly recharged by the movement of the floor and used to power other parts of the nightclub, such as the lights, music, and air conditioning. Don't worry, the floors are not dangerous because they only move between 1/32 of an inch and 2 centimeters. There are more high traffic areas where piezoelectricity can be extremely successful than just dance floors. Think about it. Working out at the gym, walking on the sidewalk, pushing through turnstiles, driving your car, or riding on the train. Essentially anything we do in our lives that create vibrations can generate electricity. Piezoelectricity could potentially eliminate the need for batteries in today's society. You could power your remote or cell phone simply by pushing the buttons. There have even been attempts to put piezoelectric technology directly into shoes. Capturing people energy is a simple and genius idea, but it requires more research. Also, the installation of piezoelectric technology on a grand scale would take a considerable amount of time and a great deal of flooring replacement. One of the MIT students working on the piezoelectric project Crowd Farm said it best: only through experimentation, which can be expensive, do technologies become practical. These students have calculated that a single human step can power 2 60-watt light bulbs for 1 second. Imagine that kind of energy but multiplied by thousands or even millions, and you will be imagining the efficiency of one of the most environmentally friendly technologies we have to offer. With zero carbon emissions and no emissions of greenhouse gases, piezoelectricity is not only clean, it is also a brilliant way to accommodate electrical consumption while conserving natural resources and potentially saving money. But more research is required because piezoelectricity is not yet efficient enough if we hope to make it a large-scale solution for global electric needs. One of the greatest things about piezoelectricity is that it does not attempt to alter human behavior in any way. It recognizes how we interact on Earth and simply harvests the untapped energy resource. Eventually, this technology could be in all high traffic areas, invisible to the eye and generating energy for our everyday needs. Humans simply have not yet realized their own potential, but in the future, piezoelectric technology can change that. I'll play myself out.
I'm picking up